road manager looked at me and he said these 3 words. I'll never forget them. He said, "Mic him up. Mic him up." And I was like, yo, this is really about to happen.
Let's take a moment to thank God for what he's done. Let's take a moment to thank him for sending his son. So many blessings flowing out of abundant grace, and I can't sit still, so help me move and give him praise. Slide to the right, hallelujah. Slide to the left, hallelujah. Everybody slide, hallelujah. Slide, yeah. Slide to the right, hallelujah. Slide to the left, hallelujah. Everybody slide, hallelujah. Slide, yeah.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Moye the Third. I'm so excited about today's episode of Life of the Third. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am going to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart, an incredible moment, an incredible experience in my young career as a gospel artist. What moment am I talking about, y'all? I'm talking about that time I got to sing Glory. Yes, I'm talking about the time I got to sing Glory with rapper Common, Grammy Award winning, Oscar Award winning rapper Common, formerly known as Common Sense back in the day. What an incredible moment right here in Wichita, Kansas at Riverfest, summer of 2017. Incredible life and music moment. And so I wanted to do a deep dive. I've shared the story on podcasts before. I've shared the story in news articles and little clips here and there, but I just wanted to sit down and do a full length detailed description of how all of that happened, how I felt through the process, like what it was like, and just let y'all know, like many of you who support me were there, especially y'all who are local. You guys were there at Riverfest. You saw it happen. You saw it go down. So this is the behind the scenes. This is how I felt. This is how it all happened. So if I had to start out, first things first, I would say, I think back in that year, 2017, January or February, I was watching a program on YouTube. It was like a clip of a program. And this program was honoring like Black heroes, Black excellence, Black culture. And it was at the White House for the Obamas. And I remember just watching this clip, and the clip was of the performance for the song Glory. And so Common was doing his thing, rapping. Glory is a song written by Common and John Legend. They won an Oscar for it, a Grammy for it. It's in the movie Selma. It was on the soundtrack for the movie Selma. And so it is like critically acclaimed, obviously big song for him and John Legend. And so he's at this event for the Obamas rapping the song. And so John Legend wasn't there. And so out walks Yolanda Adams. And I mean, y'all, when I tell you she killed it, she bodied that song. I mean, she sang it so powerfully. It was so moving. And I just remember watching that clip. I'm gonna put the link below too, because y'all gotta check it out. I mean, she did such an amazing job. And I was so moved, one, because her vocals were just incredible. But then I also was moved because as a gospel artist, sometimes people are like, trying to tell you you're going to be in this box. I think as an artist in general, people like to do that, right? But I don't have that mentality. I'm a gospel artist and I want to sing about the Lord. I want to sing for the Lord, and that's just what I'm going to do. That's who I am. But I don't really limit myself, to what God can do with my gift. And so seeing her in that environment, she wasn't in a church, she wasn't at a vacation Bible school, she wasn't at a Christian youth conference, and there's nothing wrong with those events. I love ministering and getting to sing at those events, but it just was something so cool to see, kind of a confirmation, I guess, of what in my mind I thought, God, I know you can take this gift and do whatever it is you want with it, whether it's inside church culture or whether it's outside. And to see her in a non-church environment, like just using her gift to glorify God and not compromising either. That was the other thing. She was singing a song called Glory. Did it mention Jesus in it? No. Did it mention God in it? No. But she was able to lend her voice to this song that didn't cause her to compromise her faith or her morals, what she believed in. And I just really respected that, but I also was moved and inspired by that and kind of just tucked that in the back of my head like, wow, Roy, you could be an artist doing that as well, right? And so I just kind of tucked that in the back of my head. And so fast forward a little later in February, 2017 was also a special year because I put out my very first gospel EP called Coming Back. Many of y'all have it, many of y'all stream the music, and I appreciate y'all for that. And so I wanted to do an EP concert. And so that was like, I think mid-February that I had the EP concert, and the week of, it's in Black History Month. So I'm like, okay, I want to do a song that honors my Black history. And I remember talking to my background singers like, hey y'all, I want to do a Change Is Gonna Come, but what do you think about putting glory on the end of that? You know, but I know change is gonna come. Oh yes it will. And one day when the glory comes. And they were like, yes, let's do it, let's do it. They learned the parts. Like, shout out to y'all, my background singers. Like, we did it, we put it in the show. And so that was the first time I sang the song. That was the first time I actually performed it. And then a little later on, I was so moved by like what we did live that I went on my SoundCloud and I recorded that same version. I recorded A Change Is Gonna Come Into Glory. I'll put that link below too, because it's on my SoundCloud to this day. And I remember just having a great time with the song and feeling it and just loving it. And I've since then done that song several times at other Black History events, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. events, where I do A Change Is Gonna Come Into Glory. I just love the message in both of those songs. They're both powerful songs. But anyway, so I put it on my SoundCloud. And so that was like the end of February. So the beginning of March, they as in Wichita Riverfest, they announced the lineup for that summer's, festival and who the artists were going to be and all the headliners for each day. And so the Friday, which was going to be June 9th of 2017, the featuring headlining artist, Common. And I'm like, no way, not Common. Yes, it was Common. And so I don't know, I just kind of was like, you know what, that's crazy that I watched that video in January or early February, and Common's gonna come here. And I know good and well, like Wichita, we on the come up, shout out to ICT, but there ain't no way we bring in Common and John Legend. I just knew that for a fact. And so I was like, this is a wild dream. I'm a visionary too, so I can see, like a lot of times, like with music projects and different things I can see stuff in my mind, like just envision it prior to it even happening. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but I got that imaginative mind like that. And so I just thought like, man, that would be so dope if we actually got to like collab and sing, because I know John Legend's not gonna be here. And so I was like, you know what? I'm a DM Common right now. And I got the receipts, y'all. I literally got the receipts. So this is crazy. You probably can't even see it because it's probably blurry, but I'll be sure to put it up on the screen. It says March 2nd, 2017, and it's a DM to Common on Instagram. So I DM'd him shortly after I found out about him being booked to come as one of the headliners for Riverfest. And it says this is so crazy, y'all. Good morning, ! Glad you are making your way to Wichita for Riverfest this June, ! If you are performing Glory and need a singer for the John Legend portion, I'd be happy to sing it with you. If you need a sample of what it might sound like, listen to your boy. This is crazy. Below is a link to my acapella cover of Glory. Regardless of a yes or no, keep up the great work! God bless! And then I put the link to the SoundCloud where I have A Change Is Gonna Come flowing into Glory. So I literally DM'd him March 2nd, 2017, once I found out he was coming. Now here's the big question. Did he answer me? Did he respond back? The answer to that question is no. He was not checking for your boy. So after I did that, I just kind of let it go. I just, I was like, it's a shot in the dark. You never know. He did not respond, but it was all good. I just kept going. And so then we get closer to Riverfest. It's about maybe 2 weeks out or 3 weeks out or something like that. And we get an email from an organization I'm involved in, which is Real Men, Real Heroes. Love this organization so much. It is a mentoring organization for young boys. It's male role models empowering youth to build strong communities. That's our motto. And I used to be the 5th and 6th grade teacher. Now I'm the 3rd and 4th grade teacher. Love my kids. And, so being a part of the organization, we got an email that said, hey, all the future heroes, which is what we call our young boys in the program, all the future heroes are getting VIP tickets for the Common concert on Friday, June 9th. I said, what? I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So shout out to my bro, Taylor County. We've been in Real Men, Real Heroes for a long time. But he hit me up and was like, bro, did you see the email? I'm like, yeah, I saw the email. Like, you gonna go? Because they asked for chaperones basically for the future heroes to go. And so I'm like, that's a free concert. I'm also thinking in the back of my mind, it might have a chance to meet Common. You never know. And that's Taylor's favorite rapper. So, which I didn't know, you know, at the time, but he tells me like, that's my favorite rapper, like that'd be dope. And so the VIP tickets were to like be front row during the concert. So we're like, bet, let's chaperone, like let's do this. We're texting back and forth, we're excited about it. I'm like, bro, if we meet him, like I might have to shoot my shot and just be like, hey, like you need a singer? He's like, bro, yeah, that'd be dope or whatever. So we agree, we chaperone, and so that's that. So I'm like, wow, like this is crazy. I'm like praying like, God, let it be a moment, let it be a moment. I'm at my work, my job, like telling my coworkers like, if I get a chance to meet him, because in previous years, the Future Heroes also got VIP tickets. You know, I hadn't gone to some of those previous Riverfests. And so I remember seeing pictures though of them being able to go back stage or, you know, in an area, meet and greet area, and take pictures with the featured artist. So I had that in my mind, like, yo, I actually might get to meet Common, and if I do, I'm shooting my shot. So I'm telling my coworkers that I'm gonna do it. They're like, bro, you ain't gonna do that. Like, there's no way you're not gonna do it. I'm so, like, yes, I'm gonna do it. If I get a chance to meet him, I'm going to ask. And they're like, wow, okay. And so here we are, the day of. And so matter of fact, that morning, it's important to have the receipts. I went on Twitter, and this is literally 8:12 a.m. on June 9th, 2017. I go on Twitter and I say, @Common, we are happy to have you in Wichita today, ! Like I'm the welcome committee. Who do you think you are, Roy? If you rap the song Glory and need a singer for John Legend's part, let me know, ! God bless, ! And that was my tweet. On that Friday morning while I was at work, I tweeted him that. Did I get a response? It's the important question. The answer is no. So I did not get a response, but I tweeted it. And go throughout the day, and then it's time to go. It's time to get to, you know, meet up with the Future Heroes. So we were all meeting at Wichita State University at Koch Arena, and then we were gonna take buses over to where the stage was, which was near Century 2. And so we get there, and once we got there, y'all, I was wearing this shirt. I did not buy this shirt for this video. I was wearing this shirt. Matter of fact, this is like the first time I've worn this shirt since that night. I know that probably sounds crazy, but it is. And so I had this shirt on because I wanted to be intentional. I was like, Glory, like I believe that if I get to meet him, like I'm gonna be able to sing. Like I was so intentional about this, y'all. I really believed in my heart that if I had a chance to talk with him, like that it could happen. And so I'm wearing this shirt, we show up, and they're like, here's your all access, you know, pass or whatever. So this is just the Riverfest pass to get in or whatever. And then they say, okay, we have Common VIP shirts for you guys to put on. Now check the color of the shirt, y'all. Check the color of the shirt. This was the shirt. And this is the first time I'm unfolding this since that night, which is crazy. I know, super sentimental. But this is the shirt. It says Common VIP. And look at the color, y'all. Like, it's so close to the shirt that I was already wearing that day. Like, it's so close to the shirt that I was wearing. And so I'm just kind of like, is that a coincidence or what? I don't know. And it's probably like, y'all probably like, he's so extra. But it meant something to me, like, this could be a special night, right? So anyway, this was a shirt that we, I ended up putting on. I took this shirt off and put that on. And so we're all there, you know, we get on the buses, we get over. And so they had a behind the scenes area, like backstage for all the Future Heroes, the kids to eat, to drink. So they had like food and beverages and stuff like that to just chill. And then there's always like this pathway that goes to the VIP section from that back area behind the stage. And so we're just back there chilling or whatever. And I'm just, you know, being a chaperone, doing my job. And then next thing you know, they're like, Common's here. He wants to do a meet and greet with the kids, and we want to do a photo. So everybody gets single file line. And in my mind, I'm just like, is this really happening? Like, I'm gonna meet him. I am shooting my shot. I don't care. So we get in line. Everybody's, you know, going to all the students, you know, and all the chaperones. We're kind of like at the back. Let the students go first. They're shaking his hand. He's meeting him, and then he's, you know, dapping up everybody. And then he gets to me, daps me up. We do a bro hug, and when we come back from the bro hug, I'm like, hey, I'm not sure if you're doing Glory tonight, but if you are, I know John Legend's not here. And if you need a singer, I'd be happy to sing Glory for you. And this was his response, y'all. This was his response. Like, the very first thing he said, he pulled back, was like, word? Really? My mind. It just, like, I was calm, cool, and collected on the outside, but in my mind, I was like, yo, this actually might be an opportunity. But right after he said that, they were like, okay, everybody get together for a group picture. So they kind of just rushed us in for this group picture. And I was not near him in the group picture. But I just said, you know what, God? I did what I said I was going to do. I said I was going to shoot my shot if I got a chance, and I did. So that was that. And so we take the group picture, and after the group picture, y'all, he came and found me. Like, he tracked me down. And he was like, hey, were you serious about, this is my common voice, were you serious about you could sing Glory? And I'm like, yeah, I really can. He was like, can you sing? I'm like, yeah. Can you really sing? I'm like, yeah. And then he turns to the future heroes, the boys, and he's like, hey y'all, can he sing? And before any of them could answer, I was like, one day when the glory comes, it'll be ours, oh glory. I ain't sang that fast in my life. I mean, I just threw it out there. And he was like, word, okay, road manager, come over here, come on. So he gets his road manager over here, and then he tells me something that I just knew was a God moment. Like, I knew that it was not just me being bold and being intentional and all these different things and my dreams and hopes and vision. I just knew God was in it, because once his MD came over, he said, this dude can really sing, and you know, we was figuring out if he was gonna do Glory or not. He said, what's your name? I was like, Roy. He's like, Roy, we didn't know if we was gonna do Glory or not, because actually I have a background singer. She's always with us, but she had to go to her daughter's kindergarten graduation tonight. Out of all the nights in the world, like, yo, that was so crazy when he said that. For him, it wasn't just, oh, he can sing or whatever. It was like, we would love to do this song, but we don't got a singer. And this dude is like the ram in the bush. So it just was this crazy moment of like, just to be at the right place at the right time. And so he's like, okay, you know the bridge of the song? Y'all, I had to say, Jesus, forgive me. Because when I sang it at my EP concert, when I sang it and recorded it on my SoundCloud, I never sang the bridge. So I was like, God, forgive me. Yes, I know the bridge. And I had heard the bridge, but I didn't know it, like, you know, for real. So he was like, okay, MD, you know, get his information, whatever. He said, if my MD calls you, come up to the green rooms. And well, it was actually the road manager, but he got my contact information, was like, okay, if I call you, come up to the green room. You know, if not, you know, sorry or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool, bet. So then they leave, and everybody's like swarming me, like all the other heroes in the organization, like, are you about to do something with him? Are you better? And I'm like, I'm trying to like keep it so low key, because I'm just like, I don't want to be, you know, like, I don't want to jinx it. I just was like super low key. So I'm like, we just had a cool conversation about music or whatever. And so then I hit up my bro Taylor. I'm like, Taylor, I need a favor. He's like, what's up? I said, I think I might be able to sing with him. He's like, no way, bro, are you serious? I'm like, yes, Taylor. Can you spot me? Can you cover for me? He's like, bro, I got you. I got this. I got you. Like, don't even worry about it. So, you know, all the other, future hero kids go back out and they start listening to the opening acts, and Taylor goes out there and he's covering for me, and I'm back behind the stage all by myself. And I'm back there, y'all. I pulled up YouTube so fast, and I was listening to the chorus, the bridge of that song, and just learning the bridge more specifically, because I was like, I don't really know it. And so I'm just like rehearsing over and over. So then I go back out with the students and everybody, the future heroes, and I'm listening to the opening acts, and then I get a phone call, and it's the road manager, like, hey, come up to the green room. So I'm like, oh my gosh, Taylor, I gotta go. You cover. He's like, bro, I got you. So I go up, and I'm trying to get up to where the green room was, and of course there's security. And the security dude is like, who are you? Where's your pass? Where's your VIP? And I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, they told me to come up, and it was this back and forth. He was just doing his job. Like, you can't blame him. He was just doing his job. And so I'm like, let me call him real quick. So I called the road manager, and he's like, okay, let me talk to him. He talks to him. He's like, okay, you can go up. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I get up there. Y'all, I find myself in the green room with Common, his entire band. They're watching, at the time, the NBA Finals was on, and the teams were the Cleveland Cavaliers and Golden State Warriors. My family is from Ohio. We are huge Cleveland fans of any sport. And so, obviously, I'm Team Cleveland. And so, the first thing he asked me when I got in there, he was like, "Hey, who you going for in the finals?" And I was like, "Cleveland, of course." He was like, "Oh man, Golden State. I guess we thought we had a singer." And I was like, "Oh Lord, did I just answer the question wrong?" But he was just kidding. We was just going back and forth, just talking about different things. And then he was like, "You know, you got it or whatever. Let's step aside and let's, you know, I need you to sing it through for my musical director." And so we all, you know, myself, the musical director, and Common, we get together. He's like, "Sing through it." And so I'm like, "Now the war is not over, victory isn't won, but we'll fight on to the finish. Then when it's all done, we'll cry glory." So I'm singing through it. And what's really cool about that moment is his assistant actually had his phone and was videotaping that. And if you go back, if you scroll all the way back to 2017, and I think I'll put that clip at the end of this video, you can see on Common's Instagram page when he posted about, you know, rapping in Wichita, he posted a picture first, and if you swipe over, it's me singing that bridge part rather quickly, like with him and his musical director. And it's just crazy. Like, he posted me on his page, like, what the heck? But I sang it through. They both approved of it. They liked it. And so it was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for helping me remember that part, right? So then we just chilling. He's like, "Come over, hang out or whatever." So I'm just sitting down chilling. And then he just starts asking me all these questions about Wichita. Asking all them questions, making statements. Assuming? Not really, but he was asking all these questions about Wichita. He was like, "Hey, what's special in Wichita? I'm gonna do this like freestyle in my show. And so I need, if any of y'all know Common, like Common is a freestyle rapper. Like, he is really talented. He can freestyle, he can write, obviously. And so in his shows, he always does his freestyle. And so he was like, "What's special about Wichita?" Now, I'm a transplant. I came from Raytown, Missouri. I came to Wichita to go to college. I was not born and raised in Wichita. So I'm like, Lord, I don't know. So I'm like, Wichita State, Shockers, Kellogg is a major highway in Wichita. Riverfest, this thing that we're at right now, it's a huge deal in Wichita. And he's just asking me questions like, "Give me more, give me more, give me more." And it was just wild to be like, it was like, this is so wild that I'm talking to Common right now, and he's in a moment of like, "Tell me more, like, I need this, I need, what else you got, what else you got?" I said, "Hey, that's all I got." I said, "You might want to ask somebody else, maybe another local around here or whatever." And he was like, "Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good." And so after that, he was like, "All right, well, we'll catch you later or whatever." So his musical director and his assistant, they're like walking me out, and his musical director stops me. And y'all, this moment, whew, it was crazy. He was like, "Now listen, we may run out of time, and you may not be able to actually do the song." Outside, I was composed. Inside, I was crushed. I was like, "I got this close, what you mean?" He was like, "If we go ahead with it, come to the side of the stage at the DJ solo. But just know, I just want to be up front." And so I appreciated him for his honesty, but I definitely was like crushed inside. So then when I left, I was just like, let me just pray. Let me just start praying. Let me just start praying. And I was like, "God, I know you didn't bring me this far to leave me." Like, no, for real. I was praying. I was just like, "Lord, your will be done. I really want to do this. I really feel like I'm ready for this. I'm prepared, but your will be done," right? And that's just all I kept praying. I just kept praying that. And so they gave me a set list of the song, and they said, like, this is where the DJ solo is, and this is when you come to the side stage. So I come back down, I reconvene with the Future Heroes, Real Heroes, and I hit up Taylor. He's like, "What's up, bro? How did it go?" I was like, "Bro, I think it's gonna happen." He said, "But maybe not, you know, if they run out of time." He's like, "Bro, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen." I said, "I don't know, I'm just hopeful." And he was like, "What's that?" I was like, "This is the set list." Then he starts freaking out because he recognizes all the songs. If I'm being honest, I wasn't like a huge listener of Common's music. I didn't know his catalog. So I didn't know any of the songs on the list except for Glory. And maybe one or two others. But he was like, "Oh my gosh, I love this song. I love this song. I love this song. So he's going hype over the set list. And so I said, "Okay, well, this is perfect because I don't know any of these songs. So you got to tell me when they're coming up." So I was so grateful to have my bro Taylor. Shout out to you, Taylor County. It was so great to have him there just to kind of help walk me through the set list while the show was going on. So fast forward, the show gets started. It's, you know, it's going. He's telling me, okay, he's about to do this song. Okay, this is this song. This is that song. This is it. And it's going and it's going. And I'm just getting nervous, excited, anxious, worried. Like, are they going to run out of time? And so the DJ solo hits. And I'm like, "Bro, it's the DJ solo. I got to go. You got me?" He's like, "Bro, I got this. Go out there and do your thing. Like, you're meant for this." Like, he was definitely like hyping me up. So I give him the set list and I go off and I go to the side of the stage. I get to the side of the stage, there's a ramp going up to the stage, and on the ramp is this person. He's like, what are you doing back here? So when I was back in the green room, they had given me, Common's team gave me this badge right here. And what it says is River Madness, Riverfest, Common VIP, Friday, June 9th. And so, I had Common's picture on it. So these were like the badges that his team had. So this was supposed to be able to get me to get on the stage. The person back there is like, what are you doing? Who are you? No, you cannot come up here. And I'm like, Lord, I just kept saying, I'm getting this close. Like, why? And so we're going back and forth. I'm like, sir, they told me to come to the side of the stage when the DJ solo got here. And he's like, I can't let you. I'm just like, oh my gosh. So finally the road manager turns around and he sees me back there. He's like, oh, let him come up. Let him come up. Come on, he's good. So finally, and that feeling was great too, because I walked right past him like, what? Like I'm meant to be up here. So anyway, I get up on the side of the stage. I'm standing next to the sound guy, and I'm just like nervous. And the road manager was like, here's this song, and then it's gonna be you. And I'm like, okay. So I'm nervous, I'm excited. So I said, let me pray real quick. So I said a quick prayer, like, God, use me. You get the glory out of this. Like, it just was a very simple prayer, like, give me peace, give me vocal strength, and just have your way. Like, it was something like that, very simple. Amen. And then I will never forget the next 3 words that I heard. The road manager looked at me and he said these 3 words. I'll never forget them. He said, mic him up. Mic him up. And I was like, yo, this is really about to happen. Mic him up. He was talking to the sound guy. Sound guy grabs the mic, he turns it, flips it on. He's like, it's already on. I'll turn it up once you go out there. I'm like, this is really about to happen. This is really about to happen. And so I'm just chilling. Common ends the second to last song. And he's like, I want to end with this song. And tonight, I'm going to bring out a friend that I got. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Roy. And like, it was such a crazy moment because I'm like, he's talking to me. Okay, so I'm walking out. And as soon as I start walking out, I was like, I don't want to miss my entrance or anything. So I was like, one day when the glory comes. I just started singing right when I walked out. And we dapped up as I'm singing. And then all I remember is just hearing the crowd go crazy. It was almost like a, like, because people were just trying to figure out, welcome my friend Roy. The only Roy we know in Wichita who sings is Roy Moye the Third. Like, that's the only Roy we know. But it can't be him. Like, surely he would have told us or posted it on social media. You know what I'm saying? So I think for everybody, they were just in shock, but then also elated and overjoyed at the same moment. And it was just an incredible experience to walk out, be singing, and to hear the city erupt in just excitement and joy for what was happening in that moment. It was amazing. Now, one thing you didn't know is I messed up. How did I mess up? I started too early. Now, nobody could tell in the audience, but I walked out and I just started singing right away because I was afraid that I was gonna miss my entrance. Well, they had a track, like a backing track with vocals in it, and they had the live band. And so they were both, playing at the same time. And so since I started singing early, once I was done singing my part and it was Common's turn to start rapping, the background vocals in the track, if you go back and listen to it, it was like, glory. And he's like, he turns around, he's like, shut that off or whatever. So then because I came in too early, we just went live, all live, no backing tracks. It was just the band, Common, and myself. And I didn't realize it in the moment, but after watching it back, I was like, yo, I totally messed up. But it still was a great, performance. But, so I remember like I said, just the audience, the crowd going crazy. And then I remember looking out into the audience and seeing my future heroes, and they are going crazy right at the front of the stage. I'll never forget, they were on the left side of the stage just going crazy. And I'm looking out into the audience and I'm seeing people from my church, people from my job. I'm seeing people that I know and seeing strangers, and it's just a sea of people and they're going crazy. And I think the most special part about that for me was, I was nervous before I got out there, and I prayed, and once I walked out there, like once I started singing and walked those first couple of notes and we dapped, and he was like, all right, he kind of we just had that energy of like, let's do this. Y'all, I felt at home. I'll never forget that feel. I felt at home, like this is what I'm meant to do. This is why I'm here on this earth, to use my gift in this way. Like I felt so at home. I wasn't nervous anymore. I was like, just ready, just ready to do what I know I'm called to do. So I'm just singing, he's rapping. Then we get to the bridge, the part that I didn't know, but I had rehearsed so much in the back, and I sang it, flawlessly. Like I got through it, remembered all the words and everything. And at the end, I'm singing, after that bridge, I'm singing glory, glory. Then I hit this super huge high note, which is hilarious to me. I love it, but the beginning of it sounds like a goat chortling. It don't sound good, y'all. I think I'll put that clip at the end of this too. It started off like crazy, and then I, finally get up to this super huge high note, and I love singing high notes. Y'all know that about me if you know me. And so I'm like, cool, I just did that. And then he looks at me, he's like, what you got? Like, keep going. And I'm like, glory, we cry glory. I was caught off guard, but like nobody knew that in the moment, but I was just like, oh, he want me to keep singing. And then he, raps, and we're going through the song, and I'm just up there like, this is wild. Like, I cannot believe I envisioned this. I manifested it. I prayed about it. I did the hard work. I was prepared. I had sung the song at my EP concert. I had, recorded on my SoundCloud. And even when I got the shot to do it, I was in the back rehearsing the bridge, So if anything you take from this, just be prepared. Like in whatever it is you're trying to do, whatever dream you have, be prepared. Like stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. But for real though, so I'm up there singing, and then the craziest thing happened. We're getting to the end of the song, so it's just me singing glory, glory, glory. We cry glory, we cry glory, we cry glory. Like I'm just saying we cry glory, we give, glory. And so I get to a part, and the Holy Spirit, I did not plan this, the Holy Spirit just nudges me and says, come on now. You know who put you on the stage. And so out of nowhere, I just sing, we give God the glory. And Common lit up. Like I'll never forget, like just seeing his eyes, and we're looking at each other, and I'm like, we give God the glory. He's like, say what? Give God the what? And like, I never said it again. Like sometimes when I'm watching it back, I'm like, why didn't I say it again? But I don't know what it was. It just came out of me. And then he just kept saying, give God the glory, give God the glory. I mean, he's just like going in on this. So I finished singing, and the music is just playing, and Common goes into this rant, basically, if you want to call it that. But he's basically, he goes to church. He becomes a minister, and he's like, if you see the mountains, if you see the rivers, know that God made that. If you see a man or a woman, know that God is in it, and we give God the glory. I was standing there on the stage like, wow, God, like that, that wasn't my intention. I was just going to, do what I've been called to do, and, not be overly singing about Jesus or anything like that, right? But just, I can't help what comes out of me, right? And it was just so amazing to see God truly get the glory out of it. Because who knows who's in the audience who doesn't know God? And they get a chance to, like, oh, give God the glory. Who's God? You don't know. You never know. And to see Common in the show like that, and I know he's a man of faith, but it just was wild. And I was just looking up like, God, you get the glory. Like, you get the glory. So then I'm pulled off stage. And as I'm getting pulled off stage, Common is thanking his band members, because this was the last song. Like, this was the last song in his set. Like, we closed out the night. And so as I'm walking off stage, the road manager is pulling me off, and Common comes, and he's like, hey, y'all, give it up for Roy, give it up for Roy. And like, we dap up, and we do a bro hug, and he's like, man, great job, great job. And I said something like, thank you so much for trusting me. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Appreciate it, whatever. Then we, unembrace, and we basically did a head nod, like sensei to pupil. And it was so real, and it was so amazing. And I think the other part I loved the most is I felt so respected as an artist. I wasn't singing background. I wasn't singing one little part. I was literally singing the whole song with Common, and he treated me as such. He treated me as an artist at the same level. Am I on the same level as Common? No, like I'm just starting out in my music career. But it just was a wonderful thing to have that respect, and I'm so forever grateful to him. Yeah, so then I go off to the side of the stage, and many people ask the question like, did you take a picture with them? Did you talk with them afterwards? And I battled with that. As I was walking down that ramp off the stage, I was like, should I just stand here and wait, you know, and take a picture? Part of me was like, that's groupie mode. Like, I don't want to be a groupie. You just shared the stage with him for a whole 6-7 minutes. You know, why do that? And then the other part of me was like, you know, if we're meant to do something together in the future, which, sidebar, I truly believe that we will get a chance to work together in the future. That's just me, you know, but I was like, it will happen. It'll happen organically. It may be 10 years from now, and that's okay. The fact that I shared the stage with him and there's video of it, I don't need a picture. Like, he probably got to go do something after this, you know? So I just kind of, you know, went, and I kind of need to collect myself too, because I was in shock. I mean, I was still trying to process everything that just happened. And so no, I did not like take a picture with him. I didn't talk with him afterwards or anything. I just left the stage and I went back behind stage. Y'all, when I got behind stage, I got backstage, and this is the same area where we were eating and drinking prior to the show. I just fell on my knees and I was just like, oh God. I mean, it was the ugliest cry. Snot, tears. I'm just like, oh God, I can't believe you allowed this to happen. You know, the ugly cry. So I'm in the midst of an immense ugly cry that you just got to see. And here come my kids, all the future heroes, like, cause the show, you can remember, we did the last song, so the show is over. They come running around the corner, they see me, and they just like dog pile, just like jumping on me. And it's one of my most fondest memories after singing with Common was they were just swarming me, and they were so proud of me. They were so excited, they were so happy. They were like, some of them were looking at me like, are you famous? Like, it was just this incredible moment with my kids, my future heroes backstage. And you know, so I'm like trying to wipe the tears away so I don't look so crazy, but they were just celebrating me. All the heroes, you know, Taylor, my bro, comes back there, he's like, oh my gosh, bro, you killed it, I told you was gonna do it, I told you, you killed it. And he's like, I need an autograph. So I'm thinking like he's talking about Common. I'm like, I don't have Common's number. He's probably already like, I don't know. He's like, bro, I'm talking about you. I need your autograph. Sign this set list. Cause I told him he could keep the set list. And I was like, wow. And that just it meant a lot to me. Cause it was like, wow, like, you know, he's even thinking of me as a real artist. You know what I'm saying? So it just was dope. It was really, really dope. And then after that, y'all have to remember, I was supposed to be chaperoning this whole entire time. So I don't know if I'm the best chaperone. I don't think I am. So I'm like, okay, let me put my chaperone hat back on. So we got to get these kids back to the buses, get them on the buses back to Wichita State so the parents can pick them up. And so we get to the buses. By the way, the buses were party buses. I don't know why. Like, why we got party buses for these future hero young kids. So we get on the bus, and this was another incredible moment that night. Is we're on the bus, they're blasting music that's probably not appropriate for future hero young kids. Needless to say, these kids already know the music, they be listening to it. We was all young once. Anyway, the song comes on, you don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. And I just remember we went crazy because Chance the Rapper, the coloring book was hot at that time, and we just jammed out. And that is such a great memory to be on the bus, because it was almost like you felt like you won the championship. You won it, and that it was like that feeling in the air, just to be on the bus with my kids and other, you know, heroes, other mentors. And I lost my mind. Like, I was just like, yeah, they probably like, he is crazy. And so in the midst of this party, then I'm being yelled at, like, come get off the bus, somebody wants to talk to you. I'm like, what? And so I get off the bus, and there's Taylor Eldridge. Shout out to Taylor. another Taylor, he works for the Wichita Eagle, and so he was there, and he was like, oh my gosh, like that was incredible. I mean, I don't know how he found me, how he tracked me down, like through a crowd of people. And he was like, you were incredible, like I'd love to do an interview. I know you gotta go back with the boys, but can I get your number? Can we do an interview later? I'm like, sure, that's fine. So I get on the bus, we get back to the school, all the kids get picked up, and then I call my dad. I'm like, Pops, you will not believe what just happened. And I tell him, and he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. I mean, remember, it's like 11:30 at night, almost midnight, so it's late. My mom was asleep, everybody's, you know, so I'm just like, I can't believe this happened. He was so excited, he was so proud. And it was a great moment, you know, because I get my voice from my dad and my grandfather. Like, that's the lineage of where I get my voice from. And so he just was so proud and happy for me, and just knows how hard I work and how hard I had been working at that time in regards to just doing music and the pursuit of this goal and this dream, and to have a moment like that. And so I get home, and right over there in that kitchen, that's where I called Taylor Eldridge. Shout out to you, Taylor. And we did a full interview, and I was in the Wichita Eagle the next day. And he even got a little video clip, I'll put the link below, of the end of the performance. We just, you know, talked about how it happened, everything that I basically just shared with you. And he was so excited, so proud. And you know, that moment, like no matter what else happens in my career, and there's already been other great things that have happened, it will always forever just be this special thing. And at the time, like even being a transplant to Wichita, like I love this city so much, even though I'm not from here. And the city shows me so much love and support, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or in person when I'm out and about. And that night, I just felt like I made them so proud. Even one of the former, Levanta Williams, who's a former District 1 councilwoman, she even messaged me on Facebook, was like, you made our city proud. And that just felt so good, because for a city that allowed me to get my degree in aerospace engineering at Wichita State University, go Shockers, you know, to be here to grow musically and to sing national anthems, and to, I mean, all this stuff that I've been able to do here in Wichita, and then for this moment that the city provides me, and for me to step up to the plate and deliver, it was an honor. You know, it really was an honor. Shout out to ICT, Wichita, Kansas. So an incredible moment on this journey, and I just wanted to make sure to dive deep and give y'all all the details of everything that happened. And in regards to, you know, talking to Common, you know, post all of this happening, many people ask, like, did you about to go on tour with him? Did he contact? None of that happened. I still haven't talked to him till this day. And some people would take that as like, oh my God, that's a negative or whatever. Maybe I didn't do as good as I thought or whatever. I've never thought about it that way. My mindset is like, I believe we will get a chance to work together and do something together. It's just gonna take time. It's just gonna take time. But one of my friends, he played bass for Solange, I know I'm forgetting the other person, oh, Jill Scott, and a whole bunch of other artists. I mean, he is dope. DJ, shout out to DJ. He told me one time at a Real Men, Real Heroes fitting meeting, he was like, hey yo, so-and-so said, hey. I'm like, who is so-and-so? I don't know who you're talking about. Well, he knows Common's real name. I can't remember what it is, but let's just say it's Dave. So he basically was like, hey, Dave said, what's up? He was checking on you. And I'm like, who's Dave? He was like, oh, my bad, you don't know him by that name, Common. And I'm like, what? So apparently, according to DJ, he did ask about me to see how I was doing. And you know what, y'all? That's enough for me. That's enough for me. So like I said, God willing, in the future, we'll be able to get together and do something special and work together. You know, I always think right now, I think about Lizzo, which I know that's like random left turn, but Lizzo, if you don't know, she, the girl who sings Juice and all of those other songs, she actually recorded a song with Prince. And everybody outside, all of us, like outside of her family and friends and stuff, nobody knew that. But she recorded a song with Prince, and it took her 10 years to actually get to where she is right now. So, you know, when I heard about that story last year, 2019, I was like, case in point. That's why I'm not tripping about not being in contact, whatever. I'm just so blessed and grateful that a like already established artist who is an Oscar winner and a Grammy winner is just like, I trust you, you got vocals, let's do this. You know, and shout out to my G.O.D. God for making it happen, because the fact that his background singer had her daughter's kindergarten graduation that night, that's not a fluke. That's not a fluke. That's God. And so I'll leave you with this. This is something I always say and I got from this moment. I believe it is a quote from one of the presidents, and I kind of always botch it up. But basically, do what you can with what you have where you're at. Do what you can with what you have right where you are. Where did I sing with Common? What city did that happen in? Did it happen in New York? Did it happen in LA? Did it happen in Nashville? Did it happen in Atlanta? No, it happened in Wichita, Kansas. I did what I had to do with what I had right where I was. You know? So that's just a thing for life. Whatever goals you have, whatever dreams you have, just do what you can with what you have right where you're at. And I'm telling you, like, if you stay prepared and you're ready to go and you put God, for real, I can't leave God out of this. Like, it wouldn't happen without God. You put God in that ingredient list, first ingredient, amazing things can happen. So that is the story of me getting a chance to sing Glory with Common. If you enjoy this story, make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to be sharing more stories like this along the way. Thank you for watching all the way to this point in this video. But yeah, and feel free to follow me on all my other social media platforms, Instagram at RoyT3, on Facebook, Twitter, and everything else. It's at Roy Moye the Third, ROYMOYE, capital III. And you can always go to the website as well. I'll put all that information below in the comments. So thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Life of the Third. And just know, one day when the glory comes, it'll be ours. It will be ours. Oh, glory. Oh, glory. Oh, glory. Oh, glory. Check out these clips.
It'll be ours. It'll be ours. Oh, one day. In the we will be strong. We will be strong. Oh, glory.
Yes, glory is destined. Everyday women and men become legends. Sins that go against our skins become blessings. The movement is the rhythm to us. Freedom is like religion to us. Justice is juxtaposition in us. Justice for all, just stay specific enough. Once I die, the spirit is revisiting us. True and living enough. Resistance is up.
Victory isn't won, but the fight on to the
And when it's all done, we'll cry glory.